guys? This video is going to have my opinions, my story, and I want to share with you what brought me to the decision of getting plastic surgery. I basically was hesitant to make this video because people are so judgmental these days about the wrong things, especially when it comes to your own personal choices. After talking to my family, they were telling me that, you should just share what happened to you so that maybe it can encourage others who have done all that they can the natural way. They've been eating healthy, they've been exercising, they've been focused, and still they have not seen results that they once had before whatever happened at this point. Originally, it was not in my mind. Like all of my life, I was like, I can't see myself getting any plastic surgery because I'm just happy with what God blesses me with. But in this instance, it was medically necessary. And if I wouldn't have just went with the judgment of my doctor, I would have just spent years of just basically being unhappy with something that I felt I didn't have control over. At the end of it all, we all have a choice. We shouldn't be bashed for our choice. I'm gonna show a few before pictures of me before I had my son. I was very fit. I ate extremely healthy. I exercised all the time. I worked at a gym. I loved having a healthy lifestyle. I had natural abs and I liked my body. But fast forward, I ended up having to have an emergency C-section, which throughout my pregnancy, it was so healthy. I craved fruits and vegetables. I even worked out. And I just thought I was going to have a perfect pregnancy. I didn't want to have drugs. I was like, I'm not getting an epidural. I want to do it natural. And it didn't happen that way. And I feel like the doctor was very rushy. I didn't even know who the person was because I was signed up to have a different doctor, but then it was the holidays, it was Christmas. And so don't understand to this day how all the doctors were busy. So an out-of-network doctor showed up and he was just like, there was no rapport. He was just like, okay, let's get this baby up out of you. Let's do this. And I was like, I'm not going to bore you with the details of that. If you want to hear, I'll do a separate video. But I was shocked and I was traumatized by that because I was like, what the heck? I thought that I did everything right to not have to get a C-section. Of course, at the end of the day, you want a healthy baby. So if you have to get a C-section, that's what has to happen. But I was devastated. I was like, no, I've been working so hard on trying to have a healthy pregnancy that why do I have to get a C-section? I don't feel like it was necessary, honestly. Because whatever, I'm about to go into details. So I ended up getting the C-section and recovering as they told me to do. I followed all the steps and I noticed that after like 6 months, I was still looking pregnant. I was looking 4 months pregnant at that, like a huge belly. And I went back to the postpartum visit and I was like, hey, is this normal? Will it go down? They kept saying, give it time. Your body takes a year for you to have a baby. So does it to recover. I gave it time. And at some point I was like, this is not normal. It was after a year of just exercising, eating right again. And I was like, something's not normal. My stomach shouldn't look this way. It doesn't look like any of the exercises I'm doing is helping. So I started to get frustrated and I started to research body waist trainers and cinchers and all these things. Got to the point where I was wearing it every day just to look normal, and I was like, I don't like this. Like, why should I have to wear my waist trainer all day, every day, just to hold my stomach together? So I started to doing research of diastasis recti, which is muscle separation, and a lot of people get it, but I had it to a point where it was not normal. Like I could fit my whole hand in my stomach touching my back. Like it was really bad. And I would lay down, put my waist trainer on, and like suck myself up in it. And that was just what I would do every day. I'm a very skinny girl and my stomach was just out there and hanging and it was bad. So I went to, and a lot of people didn't know this about me because like I said, I wore my waist trainer every day. So I looked snatched all the time. And I was just so frustrated with it. So I went to the doctor to get a second opinion. And mind you, it's going on 2 years post-baby. And everything else on my body was toned, arms, legs, butt, all of it, but my stomach was like this when I took my waist trainer off. So I went to the doctor and I said, what's going on? Like, can you please let me know what I need to do to get this fixed? Because at this point, I'm trying everything I can and it's starting to mess with my confidence. So I went to the doctor and they said, you know, you have a hernia, but regardless of the hernia, you're gonna need abdominal repair because your muscles, like I had a gap this wide and there was nothing I really could do. I mean, there's a lot of videos and research out here where they say that you can repair muscles by not getting surgery, but the doctor said to the degree of mine, he advised surgery and he advised that they fix the hernia as well. So the type of repair I needed was known as a tummy tuck. And the way that they did it was through medical need. So luckily I was able to get it taken care of, but I left out a portion where I reached out to my doctor who did my C-section and I was like, can y'all fix my stomach? They would not help me. And that's why I had to go to a different doctor. And I wish I would have done something sooner because I could have sued for negligence, because I feel like they just didn't put me back together right. I felt like they cut it and they were supposed to put the muscles together or whatever, and they didn't. But like I said, I'm not going to go into details of all of that because I felt like that whole situation was just messed up. But yeah, so got my tummy tuck and afterwards it went well. It was great. I was so happy and I'm still happy. And it actually happened last year, which was so long after having my baby. And I am happy I did it. You know, like I said, I kept on trying to do everything I could except for getting surgery because everybody's just like, don't get plastic surgery. And I didn't want to have to tell people because like I told you, I'm a very fit person. And if people know that you had a tummy tuck, they're gonna be like, oh, she didn't work out to get her body. But I really did. And that's why I didn't want to share this at first, because I was like, people will try to discredit you for what you have done, and people will try to discredit you for they feel like you just was lazy and took the easy way out. But for a lot of people, that's not the case. And a lot of research that I've done, I found out that a lot of people of different cultures, white, black, Puerto Rican, Mexican, you know, different races get surgery, and it's just not talked about. And I didn't know that many people got surgery until I started looking into it. So I'm saying this to say, I'm not saying go out and just get surgery willy-nilly. If that's what you want to do, that's your prerogative too. Why do we have to judge? But I'm saying for those who you feel like, oh, I don't want to get surgery, but you need it, or that's probably the only thing that'll fix your situation, like in my case, I think that you should do your research and figure out what you need to do to get the results that you've been looking for. And if it's especially a medical condition where I was having a few digestive issues as well because of my stomach and how things were just floating around because it wasn't being held down like it's supposed to be from your abs. Your abs are supposed to protect your organs. And with that huge of a gap, my organs were not being protected. So it got to the point where I needed to have it happen. But if I wouldn't have done my research, I would have just been out here, you know, still dealing with that situation. It should be your choice. And we shouldn't bash each other anymore. Even if I wanted to get anything else done, I feel like stop with this hate for self-image and all these things. Like, I get it. Some people get surgery for things that can't be fixed, like emotional reasons or things like that. But if it's something that's going to boost your happiness, boost your overall quality of life, sometimes you have to like pick and choose what you want to believe in as far as social media and as far as different people's opinions, because it's your life. We only have one to live. So I would say do what you have to do as far as your health. You know, if you have a situation where you had babies or a baby or some type of traumatic incident happen where it altered something from your body and it's not the way it used to be, or you just lost a lot of weight and you need to get it fixed, do that. You know what I mean? Do your research. And I feel like we shouldn't judge each other anymore. So I wanted to share this because there could be people out here who had a similar situation, and surgery might be the only way to get it fixed. Go to a doctor, and do your research for your doctors too, because some doctors, they just want your money. So go do your research for doctors who actually care, and there could be a way to do it without surgery, but if that's what you need to do, do it. And I wish you the best, and I'm not ashamed. I'm so glad I have got over this, because I have a career in acting and modeling and vlogging, and self-image is a big thing. I have to make sure that I'm happy with the clothes I wear. I have to make sure I'm happy standing in front of people and not worrying about a bulge because of my waist trainer that's, you know, not fitting me the same way that it should, or whatever the case is, you know. So I'm happy I made the decision, and that's it. Now I'm not cute. Like, you know how you do videos and like the bottom half is looking crusty. Like, I have on some leggings that are old and have paint marks and stuff. But if you guys want to see, you know, my body as far as what it looks like, I can stand up. Or you can check out my Instagram. Like, check out my Instagram, bookcierrajanae official, and you can see pictures of me and my body, and it looks nice to me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I feel much better being able to just express this to you guys, because what's to hide? Like, why, you know, why should I have to hide something like that? It could inspire someone else to figure out what they need to do for themselves. So thanks, guys. See you again at my next video. If you haven't seen the rest of my videos, check them out, and have a good day. Thank you, guys. See you soon.